What's up, everybody? Welcome to Faded Talks podcast, where we keep it strictly barbershop talk. I'm Jamar alongside Bobby, and Terrence is on vacation today, but right now we got a special guest, Thomas. Is it Hinton?
Yes.
Hinton the third. We can go with that.
The second, yeah.
The second.
Yep.
Okay, we got him in the building, and he's gonna talk a little bit about what he does and everything like that. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Thomas.
So I'm Thomas Hinton, owner of Circadian Health and Performance here in Peoria. And I work with a lot of athletes, athletic recovery, performance, sleep coaching, everything. Anything that I can do to help the athlete become the best version of themselves. So
Nice. All right, cool. So let's get straight into the interview. How you doing, Bobby? You good?
I'm good, man.
You got that food order right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, all right. Well, we were struggling. We good though. Also, by the way, this is brought to you by For the Record podcast and also Luxury Beard Butter, the luxury your beard deserves. Go out and get this right here. I got them here at this shop. So, but yeah, let's go straight into the interview. So tell me, like, what do you do? Like, to break everything down and just like what you do, where's your location at, and everything like that.
yeah, so I'm inside of, it's the old Landmark Health Club, but it's now called U Fitness.
Mm-hmm.
So I have space inside of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so really what I do is I bring athletes in and just listen to their story, ask them, what their trajectory is in their sport, like how far they want to take it.
Yeah.
And then just customizing, a program specific to what their expectations are. And then, hold them to it. Just kind of holding their hand throughout the process and make sure that they, that they do the things that they say they want to do.
Okay. So this is your business. Like this is your.
Yeah, it's mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you fit and you work on that. Okay. So what's some of the things that like as an entrepreneur, like as a business owner and everything like that, like what's some of the things that you learned that you probably wouldn't be able to get from like working like a 9 to 5?
Oh man, just patience.
Yeah.
Having patience. When you're working a 9 to 5, you really don't have to, like you're working for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So you're just kind of operating under what they want you to do and their expectations and different things like that. And as a business owner, for me, just learning patience and just like, hey, like it's okay that something doesn't happen right away, and just taking your time. That's the big thing for me.
Okay.
Because in the beginning, when I first started this, it was like, okay, I have all this knowledge, like I have all this stuff that I can help people. Let's go.
Yeah.
And people are just like, whoa, like hold on, like we don't know who you are. Who are you?
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to do? Like different things like that. So just
when did you decide to do that? Like when did you like branch off? Like I'm gonna do this myself.
Man, it was 2019. I was working in a pulmonary sleep clinic, and I ran the sleep medicine part of a pulmonologist practice. And one of the patients was just like, hey man, you deliver information really well. You should do this for a living. And I'm like, well, I do it for a living. And he's like, no, I mean like the business, like entrepreneur level. And that scared the hell out of me because I never thought of doing anything like that. So just research, started asking questions, talking to business owners, what are the do's and don'ts. And then in July of 19, I launched it, Circadian Health Systems LLC, but I do business as Circadian Health and Performance.
Gotcha.
And so that's when I launched it, and then COVID hit in 2020. So,
man,
yeah,
COVID affected everybody.
COVID, yeah, it messed up everything.
Yep.
So then once COVID hit, like how did you like get back into like doing it? Is just like a slow rollout? Like how'd you like what happened after COVID?
Yeah, so I just kept grinding, man. Started doing everything virtual. And that's where it all started. Everything started virtually. Just working with athletes on the sleep front, helping them, teaching them how to recover, wherever that, because I started off working with Olympic athletes and pro athletes, like out the gate. And so I'm teaching them, they're in Georgia, Texas, they're all over the place.
Virtually.
Virtually. So teaching them like, okay, well, what do you have like recovery wise that you can use now? Okay, well, this is how you should do this. This is when you should do this.
Yeah.
And then eventually it got to, once we kind of worked out of COVID, then everyone's asking like, okay, where are you at? We want to come to you.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh shit, like I don't
have a spot.
I don't have a space. And so luckily some friends of mine, I'll give a shout out, Dr. Ben and Jackie Dyke at Peoria Spine and Sport, up on North Island Road across from Maui Gym. Like they gave me my first real space to operate out of. So if it wasn't for them, like this, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. So
do you do like cupping and all that stuff?
I do, yeah.
Bobby, you ever did cup?
I have done cupping. I need to.
What does that do?
Well, for me, it's like these little suction cups.
Yeah.
And of course, they gotta put the, massage, whatever
Like
stuff.
the ointment stuff like that. Yeah.
And then it's like they put it on you, and it's like you hear it.
I seen it where they pulling the blood out and stuff.
I don't know about
That's
that.
wet cupping. I don't do that.
Oh, you don't do red cupping?
I can do wet cupping.
Now,
But it does help.
Yeah.
Okay.
It helps with blood flow.
Okay.
Like
okay.
the more you bruise, that's where you have more of the Tell me if am I right or wrong. Like
So,
the more
like-
bruising you have, what does that mean?
Yeah, so like for me, that's just a response that the blood has that kind of lets me know that there's some dysfunction going on.
Right.
It's not toxins or anything
No,
like that.
no.
Yeah.
Because I always ask people, well, what toxins is it releasing? No one can ever answer that. But what it's doing is it's like
So is it beneficial?
oh, absolutely.
Okay, it is.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is. Okay.
100.
Yeah, it helps with
I want to
range
get it done, but I don't feel like I don't know what I would need it for.
it helps with like mobility, range of motion.
Yeah.
So like we have this connective tissue called fascia in our
Yes.
in our body, and so like
I know a little bit about fat.
so when you
Okay.
suck up, the skin into the cup, it's separating the muscle from the skin
Mm-hmm.
in that fascia, and allowing all that nutrient and oxygen-rich blood like to fill that gap. And so it's bringing up plasma, white blood cell, platelet, everything involved.
Is it
in
a cheat
healing.
code?
It is a cheat code.
It is a cheat code.
It is.
Bodybuilders do that. We get our fascia broken up so we can actually get bigger, and it looks like you can go in there and look one way and come out looking completely different. Like you
Yeah.
got pump. Yes,
It's crazy.
100%.
Yeah.
And they let y'all do that, like as far as like the IHSA and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
It's
No.
not illegal.
Oh, okay. That's what I was like. That's what I'm saying. Like it's
illegal.
illegal, like
Do you
that.
remember
Yeah.
when Michael Phelps in the Olympics?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
the one that kind of. I mean, they were
Like
already
that was
doing
like the
it.
first time I saw him do that though. Like,
Yeah.
like he was like, but his junk was red though.
But that's how it
Yeah.
is. Like a person like me, it's gonna be like darker. Like you, it's gonna be like
Yeah, they were doing it well before, like he did it, but like
yeah.
no one really knew. So then when they saw that, they're like, oh my god, like
Yeah,
what's
like
Michael Phelps got
yeah,
going on?
yeah. What's he
And
doing?
so then
yeah.
that's when the whole like cupping thing came out, and then everybody started doing cupping and
Mhm.
stuff. So like
Yeah.
no, it really does help, and it also
Okay.
helps reduce inflammation too. So
yes,
Yeah.
I need that from my left side.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, let's say yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
And quick question. So I know with me working out for 20 plus, 30 plus years,
Mhm.
when I turned 50, I realized like sleep is so important.
Yeah,
Because when I was younger, I can have 2 or 3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep, and go in there and still perform the same way.
Yeah.
Now it's impossible.
yep.
It's totally impossible. So in your opinion, how important is sleep to the athlete and maybe to just like the normal person?
Oh, it's extremely important. So like for the athlete, I always tell athletes like you use. I say we because I was an athlete all my life, but like we use and abuse our bodies more than the average person or not an
Yes.
athlete. So
Mhm.
therefore, your body literally requires more recovery and repair time.
Mm.
And not only happens during sleep.
Mhm.
So like when you're competing, when you're working out, when you're training, whatever you're doing, like you're literally breaking down muscle fiber and tissue, you're
Yes.
causing trauma to it and tearing it.
Mhm.
And so when you sleep, it fuses back together, bigger, harder, and stronger.
Right,
That's
right.
literally how you get stronger.
Yes.
Break it down
And
and
so-
build it back up.
75% or more of growth hormone is released during sleep.
Yep.
Stage 3 sleep to be exact.
Okay.
Which is a quick point, which is why I tell parents
You
like
have
that's
to
the
get
stage
into
of
that.
sleep that children spend the most time in.
Yes.
So that's why it's crucial for their mental and physical growth and development.
So how much sleep do you feel like the average teenage athlete is supposed to have?
9 to 10.
9 to 10.
9 to 10.
I know them kids ain't getting.
I know they're not. Like, I mean, I've got clients that are playing 2K until 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Like the night before a game. And then they're wondering why like they're committing
Yeah.
turnovers and like their reaction times are off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So-
they're wondering why stuff's not going their way.
So that leads into my next question though. Like, what's some of the common mistakes that young athletes make?
Oh, lack of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like social media, like which is I guess is part of lack of sleep, being on their phone late.
Mm-hmm.
Underhydrating,
Yes.
Oh.
overtraining,
I know that's
and then
a big one.
undernutrition. Now, when I say overtraining, the overtraining does exist, but again, so does undersleeping, underhydrating, and like an undereating, like undernutrition. That plays a big role.
So
I know about the hydrating. That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said something about over working out pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
Overtraining.
overtraining. So when you see these young kids, like for me, AAU really didn't start till later on in high
Yeah,
school
yeah.
or whatever. But like when you see these kids nowadays going to AAU like 6, 7, 7, it's usually
Yeah.
like 7, 8, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that puts too much wear and tear on the kid's
I
body?
know it does.
Oh, you okay?
Oh, yeah, it
Okay.
definitely does. Because I'll get calls about it. Like,
Yeah.
little Johnny or Sally, whatever, she's got blah 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 blah. Oh, how old?
Yeah.
10. I'm like, why does a 10-year-old have a hamstring
Yeah.
strain? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Or a quad strain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. See,
And it's just, yeah.
you see a lot of kids. I see a lot of young kids tearing their ACL or something,
Yeah.
tearing their meniscus. You like, dang, this early? Like
Yeah.
that's from all the wear and tear.
all the
pretty much.
all the wear and tear, and they're not recovering. Like high school athletes are the worst. They're horrible at taking care of their bodies. And not to be critical, they just don't know how.
Mm.
And sometimes
Yes.
their parents weren't athletes. Even the parents that were athletes, like they still don't know how to do it because they weren't doing it. You know what I mean? So it's just like and then they see a clip of something that I put on social media, and so now they come to me like, okay, like how do we do this? You know, and so 95% of people that come into me like already they have something going on. The other 5% are just like, hey, I just want to maintain.
Just want to maintain it. Yeah.
You know, speaking to that, I've just learned here recently because I've been lifting for a long time. I didn't realize that you only really need 10 to 12 total sets for a body part.
Oh wow, okay.
In order to grow.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us do overtrain.
Yep.
And
so is that high volume? Is that high volume 10 to 12 or is that mid volume?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Just if I say something out of pocket, just tell me.
Well, I'm not the strength in the strength.
Oh, I was gonna say that's more you.
I know, but your body doesn't know the difference between 10 pounds and 100 pounds. All it knows is just load. Right?
Yep.
Right.
That's all it knows is load. So you can, if you did 20 reps or 5 reps, the body doesn't.
He was going like real slow with it.
It doesn't really matter.
That doesn't matter if you slow or fast?
It doesn't matter, bro.
See, I always told that you got to go slow.
No, it doesn't matter. Control.
I got to work out with you before. You told me to go slow.
No, but see, I should have said control. Everything is control. Because a lot of people, if you ever go to the gym, you see a lot of people just
going at it.
So I say slower because that's a better key. But if I say control, what was
you trying to kill me that day, man?
Well,
he was like, slow down. I was over there doing these, and he
because he was going too fast.
I was like,
it was momentum. So just say if I'm going like this, you're not really feeling anything. But if I say slow down, you're going to slow down, right?
Yeah.
So that's control.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
So let me tell you. So we have like load. So load is the amount of stress that you put on your body. Then you have capacity. Okay, your capacity is how much of that load that you can take before things start going, before that check engine light starts.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the overtraining piece and what you're talking about, a lot of athletes under recovering, they surpass their body's capacity, and so now they have tendonitis. Now their patellar tendons going, now their shoulders, now their traps, whatever. And so so that's where I come in and say, okay, like let's bring that down, and if there is like some tendonitis or an injury of some sort, and say, okay, like let's see how much you can take.
Do the parents listen when you tell them that?
The parents do. It's the athletes.
Oh,
it's the kids that don't.
I know why. Because social media and just being that dog or whatever, you feel like you have to go the extra mile, that mama mentality.
Yeah.
But actually, that's not the way you're supposed to do it.
I mean, you do. I mean, you have to go the extra mile.
You have to go the extra mile.
You got to go the extra mile on your recovery too.
Yeah,
we're load managing in high school.
No. It's to me, it's the intensity part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'll do a warm up set, right?
Yeah.
Now I know if I know I can do 100 pounds for 10 reps, right? And that's my max or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give maximum effort for that set. A lot of people don't go maximum effort to the set, and they never really challenge it. Like they'll be saving it.
But I got a question for you. I know when you probably get to the rack, you probably can do the whole rack.
I can do the whole rack.
Okay, so what happens after that? Now that you can do the whole rack and it's easy now, right? Now what?
That's a good question.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
But
now you have to slow it down now because you're breaking it down more, right?
Control.
Right.
But this is what I try to tell people when they come to working out with weights. Is it impressive to do a 100 pounds or a 500-pound bench? Is that impressive to people? Yes.
I mean, in the gym,
But what do you really care about? How you look.
You want how you look. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everything
I saw that a long time ago. It didn't matter about how much you lift. It's about how you look.
But you still have to work out to the point where you're really stressing yourself out.
You really breaking yourself down.
It has to be intentional.
Because if it's not, you're going to look like trash.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to look like trash.
But then that's when the eating and the recovery and all that stuff like that comes.
But see, I didn't realize that until I got older on how important sleep is. Bro, sleep is and food.
Yeah.
That stuff is, and what he does with this recovery stuff, like, that's the hidden part where nobody's telling you that. He's a vital, important piece of everything.
All these kids should be hollering at Thomas.
No doubt about it. But you don't realize that for my generation because we didn't really have that.
Right.
I didn't have it.
So that's a good question. So do you feel like the kids nowadays versus people of later years or early, back in the day, face more of a pressure? More pressure than
these kids now?
Yeah. Is it more pressure?
To perform?
Yeah. Is it more pressure for them?
Oh, well, absolutely. Because you made the point how like AAU how it's evolved, right? And now there's teams all over the place.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a mixtape. Everybody wants content now.
Yeah.
And so like you've got to perform in order to have that.
Back in the day, it used to be like you would have somebody in the stands like recording your stuff or whatever. Like now, I see mothers they dunk and they got a guy out there sitting there with a little camera thing. You're like, dang, what you got your own little videographer and stuff like that. It's crazy though.
There's
Like
a lot of pressure now just because there's more. Like when I was in high school, we didn't have all these travel and AAU things and stuff like that. It's like there's like maybe one or two teams, if two, and it's just like you had to really, really be like that person.
Yeah.
That guy or that girl, like whatever.
I remember game time for me.
In order to
in my area, my time, it was game time. Was it game? Well, you the same age.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like for girls, we had like PGSL and stuff like that. But like you had to like really be like that person, like to get in and play on these like elite teams. And what's crazy is that like the people that didn't make it, like they were still really good too.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Back in my day, it was about sports writers. Like if you got in the newspaper,
Oh.
and then you was that dude. Like, so that was important.
But no, there is more pressure, for these kids to be able to perform. And I think a lot of it too, their parents are putting a lot of that pressure on them.
Speaking of more pressure, I don't think it's necessarily more pressure. I just think people feel like they just want to be successful too fast.
No, I agree with that.
So does social media play into that?
I think so 100%. Why don't you just put in the work and the work is going to, tell everything.
They're skipping steps. So to that point, I'll tell you that, and I've kind of alluded to this, like I have a pretty unique, position and perspective with what I do, like working with these high school athletes, especially locally around here. They tell me stuff. And then I'll also sit.
You want to shout out any that you worked with?
Oh yeah. So I got Anthony Moore, Rich Woods, I got Quentin Kitt, was East Peoria, now going prep. So like Sutton
we're gonna talk about this too. We're gonna talk about the transfer portal.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about
that. Go ahead, keep going.
I'm trying to think who else I had. Like, there's a lot of them.
Said Richardson.
Oh yeah, Dedrick Richardson, who's now at Bradley. LaShawn Stowers. Ali Guyton.
Okay.
Big trying to think who else. I've got more. I'm
any in the past that you used to work with? Big names, anything?
From around here,
or just anywhere, just in general.
Oh, so I mean, like Remedy Rule. She was an Olympic swimmer. I helped her prepare for Paris.
Okay, that's dope.
Zach Harding, I helped him prepare for Paris. Oh, I'm sorry, Remedy, I helped prepare for Tokyo.
Okay,
Zach, I helped prepare for Paris. Devin Williams, he's a decathlete. Helped him prepare for the Olympics. Oh my gosh, Kalia Copper. She was with the Chicago Sky. She won a championship the year I had her. Now she's in Phoenix, the Mercury. And then Destiny Littleton, she won a championship with Dawn Staley in 2022.
So would you recommend your services just to that normal person?
Yeah, so I'm actually in the process of changing that narrative because I get that a lot of like, I wish I was an athlete, I'd come in to see you. Like, no, you can't. So I actually had a lady come in to help me do some content yesterday. And because she's a non-athlete and she works out, at U Fitness. And so I was just like, hey, like, I'll give you like 2 free sessions if you come in here and help me do this. That's what she did.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process of chopping it up and putting it out there so people know.
Yeah,
like, you don't have
that's what you gotta do. Yeah. When you an entrepreneur, you gotta sometimes give out like free sessions, free cuts, whatever the case would be, to draw them into the business. You know what I'm saying? And like whether it's a chair or whether it's YouFit or whatever.
Yeah. But can I go back to something really quick though?
Yeah, go ahead.
We were talking about like the whole pressure thing, and it's just like a lot of kids. Like this, like, and I'm seeing this a lot with this generation because like kids, I've been to practices because I go to practices because I want to see how they're moving. Yeah, because then that'll help me better modify. Like, well, no wonder your ankles, like, or no wonder your whatever.
That's true too.
And based on the expectations that they gave me, I want to see like, are you really into it like that? Are you really giving it everything in order to get what you want?
But that's what I'm talking about, like the lifting part.
Yeah.
If you're not giving everything into that set, then how do you even know?
Right.
Yeah.
So the point I'm making is that a lot of kids, there's a very small population, a small percentage of outliers that where their talent can move them through, as far as it can take them, right? And so many kids these days they put in more effort and energy in trying to fit into that small population of not having to put in the work and just using their talent to get there. And then they end up, going up against somebody or a team that values it more than they do.
Yeah.
And then they get exposed for skipping steps along the journey. And then it's just like, oh, the coach, and they start blaming everybody else. Like, no, dude, like, you didn't do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's a good one. We're going to take a little break real quick, and we're going to get back to what you were just talking about. So stay tuned. Welcome back, y'all.
The fitness side of it, I'm more, when you get, like I said, you get a certain age, I want to make sure I still train at a high level.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to use age as an excuse.
Yep.
Because I feel like if you eat the right way, you get the proper sleep.
Yep.
And you bust your ass when you're training, then you make my job easier because you fix me.
Yep.
And so I was telling Jamar about some peptides.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, peptides. And Jamar was like, you know how Jamar, oh man,
I was like, oh, no.
this
He came in all hype
because
and everything, and I was
because
like,
I'm always looking for the new thing to improve. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people, man, I'm gonna get this car, I'm gonna put this engine in it and blah blah blah. I'm gonna put this on my house. I'm like, man, I seen this new food that's gonna help you, give you 2 more reps on your, So can you please touch on the peptide stuff and like why do you think it's beneficial or whatever?
Yeah. So it's a, I don't hate to say it's a new thing, because
It's been
sometimes
around
the
for a
thing,
while.
it's been around for a while, but like when it starts catching fire like late, then it becomes like a new thing.
yeah,
But some people call it amino acid chain therapy, but peptide therapy.
okay.
And so what peptides are is pretty much what you're doing is you're just injecting these amino acids in your body that we already have.
Why they different colors then?
That I don't know. But you're
Okay.
already injecting, like these things that you already have in your body, like just to.
I thought they was man-made.
They are, but I'm saying like you're signaling the body to naturally do like kind
This
of
is
what it
what I
already
had to
goes
go
through.
through. Right? This is what I had to go through. Right?
Let me get okay. Let me give you.
There's 2 things. You can't explain why it's different color and it's man-made.
Listen, let me give you an
Please,
example.
please.
There's one called it's a combination. It's called CJC 1295 and iPromol.
He showed me this.
I told him this. But go ahead. Go ahead.
He told me about the glow and whatever.
Listen.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
it's a growth hormone analog. Okay. So when you inject it, all it's doing is because your pituitary gland is what releases growth hormone.
Okay.
As we age, it goes down.
Okay.
When you inject that, all it does is it signals and it activates the pituitary gland to naturally pulse out more of it when you sleep. Okay, because when we sleep, like our growth, it pulls out.
So you're gonna grow. You're gonna grow again.
No, not
See,
grow.
see how you be twisting it?
It helps with muscle repair. It helps with sleep.
So I'm gonna look like Bobby when I wake up.
Tell him to stop that. See, this is what I got to go through right here.
It does. So listen, all it does, like you're not injecting any it's not a chemical, it's not a drug. All right, it's just a natural signaler that you're telling your body to say, hey, remember, this is how you're supposed to do it.
Yes.
And so it just increases
So
that
reversing the
output.
time.
Yes, that's
In a sense.
So
yes.
what's the stuff where it said it'll make your hair grow back? That's what he was saying. He's like, he's gonna make my hair grow back and everything.
That's the growth.
That's what he came in and told me.
But I was being funny.
Right. Well,
But
GHKCU is what helps with like hair growth and like skin health. So like a lot of like aesthetic, med spas and stuff like that. They do like GHKCU because it's supposed to help boost like I think they say I think it's like it helps boost collagen.
Collagen. He said it had collagen in it.
70%.
Yeah.
GHKCU does.
So it make me look younger.
Yeah, so that's what it's designed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, peptides are the way to go, man.
Totally.
Like
I
don't. There's nothing scary about it. But then.
Oh no! When I read them side effects, those side effects, he had a whole piece. He had like pages, and I was like, damn. I said, Bobby, look at these side effects, bro. And he was like,
check this.
Which ones? They're pretty clean,
bro. That's Jamar. Jamar does that.
He's the side effect.
Like, he's like I'm saying. But then Jamar go drink some alcohol.
I don't do that no more.
You know what I'm saying? Or he'll eat
today.
Or he'll eat something. I'm like, or he takes something for his headache. Got a
Yeah.
headache. But you see all those side effects and like, come on, man. They have to list those because of what? They have to list the side effects because they can get sued or whatever. That's just
on my luxury beard butter. Ain't no side effects right now.
But no, like I've only had so far. You know what I'm saying? Like knock on wood. So far, I offer peptide therapy.
Do you really?
I do, and like I've only had positive outcomes
Really?
with it
Oh,
so far.
man.
Only.
So what would it do for me, like the average person? Right there.
Well, what are you trying to do? It depends.
Well, I go to the gym. I work out. I run. I just did the Steamboat Classic.
he's the casual lifter.
I'm the casual lifter, right? I just want to make sure my body looks good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So what I would do is like I would put you on the CJC on the growth hormone analog.
Okay.
Because
And that's when I'll wake up like Bobby.
you're not going to wake up like Bobby, but eventually get there because what it does is that it helps get rid of like the visceral fat. So visceral fat, for those that don't know, is the deep fat that surrounds the organs.
Yep.
Okay.
A lot of that's here.
Okay.
So it gets rid of that and it helps build lean muscle mass.
Wow.
While also increasing your growth hormone output and helping you with your sleep.
How long has this been out?
Dude, peptides have been out for a long time.
But we don't get it because
it just got hot.
We don't get it because the people that are rich get that information first.
Mm.
Like it's a lot of actors and people like that, athletes that's been taking this stuff forever, but we don't get to it because they trying to, keep it away from
Like the pharmaceutical industry, like they're in like full court press right now, trying to like,
figure it out.
well,
Or are they trying to
they're
get
trying
it
to
out
figure
there?
they're trying to figure it out because they don't have their hand on it, and I will say a lot of them aren't FDA approved. But here's the thing though, like you have to understand what that means though.
Thank you, please.
Yes, like being FDA approved is
But a lot of stuff just get
matters.
banned from the FDA once they get out. They'll get out there. I went to GNC and I done seen Oxy Elite be out there, you know what I'm saying? And then you be like, next thing you know, you killing it, right? And then come back in for your re-up and you be like, what happened to Oxy Elite? Oh yeah, they took it off the shelves.
Like peptides are banned like in NCAA and like pro. And the thing is, it's just like as much as a strain that these are, like sports puts in their body, like why wouldn't you allow me to be able to like be the best version of myself? It's not gonna help my 3-point percentage.
No,
right.
It's not gonna help me throw the football any more accurate.
Right.
No, it just helps.
So but in football, but for
talk about it, man, please. Like,
but I'm just saying,
it's not the cheat code. People.
Sleep is the cheat code. Sleep is the cheat code.
Sleep,
and if I take the GO, something it's gonna help me sleep with my pituitary gland is gonna sleep. And it's gonna
food is the cheat code.
Yeah, man. This
it doesn't matter. Like if you have to put forth the work, no matter what you do. If you don't put forth that work, in a constructive way, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. And like you just said, when he wake up looking like me. The only way you can wake up looking like me, you go get Ciola and Lafayette and you tell them to have a baby, and then you might look like me. That's but people don't realize it. They think it's just that simple. Like, it's so many.
I'm joking, but obviously yours is decades of training. I would never look like that unless I take a bunch of gear. You know what I'm saying?
But you can have a different version of it. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's about being functional.
I want to look good 40, 50, 60. I want to look good. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to take my shirt off. You know what I'm saying? I got young kids, so at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be old dad and body all broke down trying to play. You want to play basketball? You know what I'm saying? I can't run with them or nothing like that. But so peptides will help me with that.
Yeah, man. Like it
rewinds the time.
Yeah, like it helped with joint health, like everything.
That's what Bobby came in and said.
But a lot of people don't use him because they think it's just like it's cheating or. They don't want to invest in that, but they shouldn't really invest. They should invest in that just like they invest in their house.
So let me ask you this question real quick. Over the age of 40, do you encourage all men to do TRT or peptides? Or both?
I like that question. I'll take it back 10 more years.
Okay.
I'll stay at 30.
At 30.
I think because
a lot of people are not gonna do that.
Tell me correct me if I'm wrong. I think your testosterone level starts to drop after 30.
Like 33, 34, something like that.
Yeah.
So to me, I want to stay functional, high functional all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So go get your blood work done.
Right.
That's most important.
That's important.
And then once you get your blood work done, now you can go off your blood work and see what you need.
Do you do research off the blood work or anything? Or?
So it's funny you asked that. So the company that I partnered with is called Dosvana. And that's what this partnership is what allows me to do peptides and stuff like that.
Okay.
And they're creating a platform now where you can actually get blood work done, and it's all physician led and guided, right? So you can just use my platform to do that, and you get a virtual visit with the doctor. They go over your blood work with you, and then help you kind of guide you on what you need, what they think you need.
And then they come back to you. And y'all break it all down and everything like that.
Yeah. So no, they do it all. They do it all with them, and then I just use my platform, like let's say the doctor says, you should use, CJC, what I'm saying, like to help you with this, or whatever peptide or whatever they recommend. Right. Then they can go and get that from my platform, and they can buy it, then it gets shipped to them, and then
is it fairly expensive or is it inexpensive?
It can be expensive.
Okay.
But again, like you said, like you're investing. In your health, because it's like, look at all the other stuff that we pay for.
Right.
We pay, we'll pay for $200 whatever for Jordans. But then if I say, it's $150 for something that's going to help you, I don't know. Because my thing is this, like, if you got to take care of your body, right? And so if you get to a point where your body is forcing you now to pay attention to it, it's not good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so no matter what you do or where you go in life, you have to take your body with you.
Preventative.
So you got to take care of it.
I wanted you to answer that though. Do you think it should be peptides 30, TRT, or both?
I think both. Me personally.
Okay.
Because without testosterone, we're not men.
Right. But like, let's just say, a 30-year-old wants to have a kid. I know
Okay,
PRT.
let's
what kind of
let's kind of break it down a little bit. Now,
Yeah.
like I said, correct me if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
Everybody's testosterone level is different.
right.
So you
That's
can
what
be,
blood work
yeah,
is
you can be a
important.
30-year-old and your testosterone level is at 200,
Right.
or you can be a 30-year-old and your testosterone level is at 800.
Right.
That's why the blood work is so important.
Mhm.
So once you get your blood work done, and now we can go off what your blood work says, and now we can attack it that way. But to me, being at my age right now, at 52,
Mhm.
the two things that I've noticed the most that's the most important is sleep
Mhm.
and recovery.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like if you don't get no sleep, man, if I don't get a certain amount of sleep, my workout's gonna be trash.
Yeah.
So you've been
Like,
on
it works.
peptides for a little bit.
I just recently, yeah.
Just recently,
Mhm.
do you see a difference in the sleep?
Yes,
Really?
100%.
I remember I
Where
asked
you
you.
getting them from, bro? No.
Well, no, because remember I asked you. I said, keep me updated on
No.
how it's
Well,
how it's
you just
affecting-
asked me now. Yes,
Yeah.
I've noticed.
I'm just messing with
I've noticed a big difference.
Really.
Yes, I've noticed that I'm more alert. I noticed that my pumps are better.
Mhm.
I have more energy. Like I'm excited to
Mhm.
go to the gym.
Mhm.
Like, cause sometimes like, I gotta go work. I like,
Right.
but I'm excited because my body feels better.
Mhm.
You know how when you was a kid, like, man, I can't wait to go hoop.
Yeah.
And you go hoop, then you can go hoop again.
Yeah.
It's almost like that.
You wanna keep
That's
going.
what I attribute it to. It's like, man, okay, like I got enough sleep. Okay, my appetite kicked back in, so I'm eating more. I'm
Right.
eating
Which
healthy.
means you're growing.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that's what you want. You know, I'm 52, but I don't want to look 52.
Right. Well, you
know?
don't look 52.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah. Right.
But a lot of people don't even realize that I'm that old.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah. They're
Right.
like,
Because
"Hey,
he won't. He. You know what he told me one day? This is. I say, man, you know, give me one of the wigs.
no."
He told me no, man. And that's money in his pocket.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey, come on.
embrace
I
it,
wouldn't do
man.
that too.
Man,
I would do
the
that
thrill
too.
is gone.
Yeah,
It's gone, man.
too.
He got me right here, but
You
no.
look like,
But no, but I really think that the peptides and the TRT is so important, man.
okay.
More brothers need to get on it. You need to go talk to them, you know, get educated on your body because your body is everything, man. Your body is the first thing people see.
Mhm.
When you see somebody that works out, what's the first thing you think? They're disciplined,
Mhm.
they're structured,
Yeah.
and you respect them more.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, you do. If
Right.
you see somebody that's overweight, you be like, oh, he lazy.
Yeah.
He could be the smartest person in the world,
Yeah.
but you're gonna say he's lazy because
But you know what? I would say this too. Most of the time when if I see like you walking in or whatever,
Mhm.
like this jerk here. Cause I'll be like, no, this is why. Cause y'all always be on the machines and y'all walk around like,
See,
get out my way, little guy.
anybody that knows me,
I know you.
right?
But most
I'll
of the
give-
guys that I see like you, they are like that.
But
I'll be like, I was just using that machine,
Okay,
man.
I'm-
Watch out.
I'm gonna talk my shit a little bit. They don't look like me, Jamar. I'm just
Oh,
talking.
dang.
Most of
okay.
them don't look like me.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm just saying, I like to give people information. I don't like to keep that to myself.
Yeah.
I like to give it out because I want people to be excited about themselves.
I see them looking at me. I'll be like, bro,
No, I don't even. I
I'm
don't,
in this mug, dog. I'm here too.
well, it was
talking about?
it was a point where I'm like,
pounds on there.
like, man, why
I
are
go
everybody
back.
looking at me? I was kind of like, because I'm more of an introvert. Like, why is everybody looking at me? And Jamar
You're
can tell you.
big.
Because normally I don't wear stuff like this.
He'll
Especially
come in like with a sweatshirt.
I'm covered up because I don't want that attention.
We all know.
But sometimes I understand, and you know,
It'd be three big dudes
I
walking
do.
each other. It'd be like,
I do have this knowledge that I can give people
Yeah.
because I see somebody doing something I'm like, dang, he's doing that so wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, let me help him. Because
They can get hurt. They can get hurt doing that.
right. So I want to give them that information. Like, hey,
I'm
man.
good, bro. I'm good.
So I don't look at it from like
Come out limping.
like an arrogant standpoint. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know, I know inside of me, yeah, I'm shit. You know,
Yeah.
I gotta think.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know I look. I don't need you to tell me I look good. I know that.
Confidence.
Yeah, it's confidence.
Yeah.
But still, with me being that confident, I still love to help people achieve their fitness goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm gonna definitely have to get your cards. Like, hey man, I got somebody you can go talk
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
That's another
Yeah.
side because it's a whole nother side that you missing out on.
Mhm.
You just doing 2/3 of it. You got to get on this other side to help you take yourself to a whole nother level. Yeah.
Sleeping peptides. All right. So let me ask this question because this is a big one, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the kids right now you know, there was a shift and change with the coaches at Central and everything like that. So you see a lot of kids moving around here. Tell me like how you think that has kind of changed, even just with college and everything too. Like,
Yeah.
how do you feel like the portal is kind of how it's going?
Oh, it's definitely changed the dynamic of like high school and college sports.
Right.
So it started off in college, you know,
Yeah.
where it was just rampant. I mean, it still is, and it's bad. I mean, you'll have 2,000 players, kids going to the portal. But
Yeah.
maybe like half of them maybe have homes to go to.
Yeah.
You know
Didn't
what I
they
mean?
change the rule too? I think they changed the rule. Like you can only do it like once or something like that.
I'd say I don't know.
Did they change the portal? They changed it like you.
The portal. I think
Couldn't wait.
They couldn't wait.
NCAA, you just transfer everything.
I thought they changed. I thought they changed it.
I don't think they changed anything.
They talked about it, but they didn't do it though. Oh, okay. You
Yeah.
can still do it.
Different though. I don't think you just transfer anywhere in high school. Like I see everybody transfer.
Well, I see-
You gotta have an address. Like you gotta have an address with it. Yeah, you still gotta do. You still gotta do it that way. But
That's a whole nother.
it's
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
definitely
no.
changed.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
That's because people say I live with Jamar,
Yeah.
but I really don't live with Jamar.
Right.
They'll send somebody to sit on that address to see if somebody's even coming out
Yeah.
your
If there's an
house.
Like, you gotta have
investigation,
mail going
yeah.
there. Like,
Yeah, you gotta have mail going
clothes
there.
and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
but no, it's definitely changed. Like it started off in college, so like, of course, when you're younger than that, 16, 17 years old, and you're seeing that they're able to do it, and you're seeing like the success sometimes that they're having,
Hmm.
it's like, oh man, okay, well, I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah.
And so, to me, and this is just in my opinion, and just based on information that I've received,
Hmm.
again, because I have a unique, perspective, working with athletes and having them come in
Athletes
and
and
they talk to me and
Yeah.
they share information
Yeah.
with me. A lot of it is a lot of kids just don't want to compete. Not all. Let me make this clear. Not all, because I know some mom or
Man,
dads
talk
want to come
about
in there
it,
like,
man.
oh, my son.
But please be honest with these
I'm-
athletes.
They want the easy
Because
route.
to me, if you're honest with them right now, they'll understand. Like I really got to put forth this
You
work.
got to be honest with yourself.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So you're saying they don't want to compete. They want the easy.
They don't want to hear the
the
truth.
easy
Jamar.
way. They want the easy.
They don't want to hear the truth.
They want to hear the
If
They don't want. They don't want the coach.
Listen.
They don't want the parents don't want the coaches yelling at them talking.
So
to them.
what? Let them. They
mean,
need that
yeah.
type of. They need that type of adversity.
They do.
What you gonna do when you get in a situation when it's 2.2 seconds on the clock and you got to make this shot and you ain't never seen adversity before?
And you miss that shot.
here's-
Yeah. Now
You're
you're
going in the
broken.
transfer portal, man.
Man,
So
forget
here's,
all
here's
that,
the
man.
thing, is that when it comes to, so I've got 3 college athletes that I had worked with at the time. One of them, his name is Evan. He played baseball at Rutgers,
Mhm.
and then he transferred to Alabama.
Mhm.
So he was supposed to get drafted by the Brewers.
Okay.
I think like in the 7th round. He can correct me when he sees this, but they didn't take him.
Okay.
And so he knew that the SEC had a really good relationship with Major League Baseball.
SEC guys.
So
Oh, yeah,
so he goes
They
to Alabama
football,
to
all
play
everything.
baseball.
Yeah.
He goes, okay. I think he's in minors now. At Jordan, I had a girl named Jordan. She pitched at Oregon.
Mhm.
She was at Virginia Tech. Some stuff happened, and she had to get out of there. So then she goes to Oregon, and then I worked with another girl. It's still kind of messy a little bit, but she played basketball, Power 5,
Mhm.
and won a championship, and then leaves.
Mm.
I'm like, wait, what?
Why'd you
Like,
leave?
build on that.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, no, man, they're not using me. They don't want to, so,
Microwave
she's
kids
kind
these
of
days,
out.
man.
Yeah.
So like I asked all 3 of them, I said, what you have teammates that have transferred, and you did too. Like, what are we seeing? So like, and this trickles down to high school as well. So the biggest bucket is I'm pouting, I didn't get my way, so
Mhm.
now I'm leaving.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
The other bucket is maybe like there's something like something that bad that really happened where they had to get out.
Yeah, where it's something. Yeah.
And then the other bucket is just because I can.
Mm.
Right? And
Mhm.
my big thing is just because you can doesn't always mean you should.
Right.
Mm.
You know what
So-
I mean? Because there's ramifications, like there's things that go with it. So to your point about like adversity, my thing is always like, if you don't put forth the effort to overcome and push through and get on the other side of that adversity and opposition and that
Mhm.
discomfort, no matter where you go, it's going to be there
Yeah.
because you haven't done the work to get through it.
Mhm.
So you can transfer to the 5 schools at this point, 5 schools, and you're still getting faced with the same thing because you're not working through it,
Then it's you.
and that's
See,
part of
Jamar, that's
problem.
what we talked about as
Yeah.
far as, how we was talking about that one time about,
Hold on. Hold
Okay,
that thought.
I'll
Hold
hold
that thought.
I'll
Hold that
hold-
thought.
I'll hold-
Hold on
I'll
to
hold-
that. We're gonna take
okay.
another little break here. What were you saying, Bobby?
Well, we was talking about mindset and about how they transfer and all that stuff. For me, you have to have a certain mindset to achieve greatness.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because people think success is like this,
Mhm.
and it's not. It's
Oh, it's
Yeah, it's not linear. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, the mental side of it is huge too.
Mhm.
And if I feel like, just like you have to pick a certain person to be in your corner. Like if he's going to be in my corner, we have to have a certain relationship and we have to click.
For sure.
And that way he can get the best out of me and I can get the best out of him.
Yeah.
So I think that's what the problem is with these kids nowadays. They don't have somebody they can really relate to mentally.
Mm-hmm.
They just feel like, okay, well, this is not working, so I'm gonna go over here. This not working, I'm gonna go over here.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you deal with a kid not being mentally strong enough? How do you attack that side of it?
Just peeling the onion back. So like I do mental performance coaching as well. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, so like I try to surround the athlete with as many resources as possible that I can give them.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is the guy y'all need to be talking
just to
to.
kind of, and I will flex, like I'm really good at that part of it too.
Yeah,
I'm good at all of it.
but see, I think that's huge, man.
It
That's
is.
huge.
So it's just asking the questions, like the discovery questions, peeling that onion back
Mhm.
to try to discover, okay, what's what the mindset,
Mhm.
why you're thinking this way,
Mhm.
where did it come from?
Mhm.
You know, because you didn't just like wake up one day and just start thinking like this.
Mhm.
Like what are you hearing? What are you seeing?
Yeah.
And a lot of it is, you know, from people that they know. You know, like I can't tell you how many athletes, and like good athletes too, that are getting information from people who have never done it, who have never played at a level that they're playing
So
at
does
or
that work?
trying to play at.
Does that help or does that hurt?
It hurts
It
sometimes.
would hurt, yeah.
It definitely hurts because they're giving you advice and information on things that they've never seen or experienced.
Yeah, that's
Right?
Yeah,
That's like me trying to give, like I was a football player. I played semi-pro football for 7 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to a football player in a defensive back or a safety, and maybe other positions, like depending on how relative it is. It's like, hey, like this is what you need to be doing. This is what it's going to take.
That makes
I'll
sense.
never go to a basketball player and try to tell a basketball player
Right.
like how to do basketball things.
Right.
Now,
Mhm.
I help them on the mental performance side and being like, hey, like if you want to, like your expectation is here, these are the things that you're going to have to do in order to get there, right?
Mhm.
And like you can't. The standard doesn't care about how you feel.
Right.
That's why I always say standards over feelings, right? Like, okay, like your girlfriend made you mad or your parents made you mad, whatever the situation is, and you go to practice, like the coach is never going to be like, oh, Jamar doesn't, he's not feeling, like, let's lower the standard for Jamar until he feels better.
Right.
Like they're never going to say, you know what, let's just reschedule the game until Bobby feels better about himself. That's never going to happen.
Mhm.
So like you have to know going into it that no matter how you feel, like you have to bring your best self in order to compete or
Yeah.
practice.
And that's
Because
that
the
mind and
standard
muscle
doesn't give a
connection.
shit. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
care about any of that stuff.
Right.
All it cares about is how much of yourself you're willing to give to it
Right.
in order to get to what you say you want.
Yeah, that's that mind and muscle connection I take in the gym.
Mhm.
That's why I look so serious, because it's the mind and muscle connection in order for me to get the most out of myself. And that's exactly what he's saying. Like, it's so much more mental than what people think.
Yeah. So I think that's one of the other reasons why I think a lot of these kids, like high school and college, now don't get
They're
me
not
wrong,
they're not mentally tough.
not
enough.
mentally tough.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
albeit for me, because we don't know every situation, right?
Mhm.
And I think we've like kind of talked about this before. Like I think people they operate under that, they behind that curtain of, well, it's none of your business. Like you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're blasting it everywhere that you're making this move, right? So of course there's going to be questions about why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I feel like a lot of times when you do ask that question, oh, like what happened? Like, oh, why the move?
Yeah.
They get so defensive because
Right.
like they know that like the real reason why they're doing it.
Yeah.
It's not going to make sense. And
Right.
it's going to be like, oh, well, dude, you're just doing it just because
Or
blah 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 blah.
or the parents are living vicariously through them, and they're trying to.
I can
Well, yeah,
say-
egos
Well,
get in the way.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Egos
So,
get in the
So
way.
that's definitely one thing I wanted to talk about too. Is like what's one thing parents that for the young athletes need to hear? What are some of the things that you should like advice that you would give the young?
Stay out of their business. Let the kid be the kid. I'm just
Like,
gonna say it. Your life is over with. I'm sorry. Your life is over with.
But you want your kid to be. You want your kid to excel. Like
Okay, so be quiet and let him do his thing.
Well, okay, so to that, like I agree with that. Yes and no, because like if you're their parent, like you still have to guide.
you got to
doubt.
guide,
Yes,
right?
no, I
You still have
understand.
to
But
guide.
sometimes that
But-
guide gets in the way, like, ooh, I want them to be what I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So then you try to do
But
things
doesn't that
differently.
go to if that parent played that sport too?
Yeah, but at a high level though, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you
It's
have to-
always at a high level.
Like I think
I'm not going to take some advice for somebody that started off the gym.
like you have to have played like at a higher level, because some people don't make it past
It's
high
levels
school, and
to it,
that's
Jamar.
okay. But if you played at a high level in high school,
Yeah.
cool. Like you can tell your son or your daughter, like, hey man, this is what you need to be doing.
Yes.
But
This is how
okay,
it's done.
but just real quick. What if I never played a sport
Shut up.
and I have a child
Shut up.
who is here?
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you do? How do you navigate? Like you like
Easy.
You say I got
Easy.
something here. I got something here.
Okay.
So now
I
you got
an
people
easy
in
answer
there.
for that.
That's a very
Got
easy.
an easy answer.
Oh,
for that.
okay, what is it?
So it's not so to a certain degree, you don't know what you don't know. Like as a
Yep.
parent, you don't know what you don't know, right?
Right?
So my thing, just because I know the space, and I operate in it and I have been for a while now, I would go and bring somebody in that can help them ascend way
Exactly.
better than I can. So for example, my daughter, she's a high level volleyball player. She could have went Division I easily. That she's going to a junior college in Champaign. 3 of her club teammates are going there, so whatever.
Congrats to
But
that.
thank you. And so I knew that I couldn't help her with volleyball skills.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
I someone that I knew that's very good in volleyball, played pro, all that stuff. I went and I got him. I said, hey, can we do skills training with her, please? I
Mhm.
can't do that.
Yeah.
But you can. You played her position. You understand the landscape of volleyball. Can you help her get better?
Yep.
Great. At U Fitness, a girl named Kate. She's a trainer there. She played volleyball. Kate, I need you to help her get stronger.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Plus, I'm dad, so she hears me every day. So she's
Yep.
not listening to anything that I got to say.
But
Yep.
so what do you tell the parents that had played at a, high school level, whatever the case may be, pay some
got
college
this.
ball? You know what I'm
Bring
saying?
somebody in to help
got
because
this,
they're
man.
not.
I got it.
They're not
I'm
hearing
the
it.
dad. I did it. I did it
They're
though.
not hearing it from them.
You got
They're
it.
hearing it.
You got to chill.
They're not hearing. They're not
How you
really
gonna tell
hearing it
that
from
parent
them.
to chill though?
Because if,
You know what I'm saying? Like you see them parents, they be at basketball games, they be standing up. They be standing up the whole time. They be telling the kid, the coach be telling them what to do, and the kid be looking back at the dad. It be like, what I do?
That's the problem. That's the problem. I think parents need to stay in their lane. Like be a parent. Don't be a coach. Don't have dual
Get
roles.
some parents off.
You know,
Hey.
I'm not trying to piss no parent off. I'm just trying to tell you the truth because, like him, I had a daughter.
Mhm.
She was a high level. She did the cheering and all that stuff. She was dope at it.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about no back tuck and all this stuff. All I know is you just better bust your butt and listen to your coach. That's all I knew. But is there times I'm like, okay, yeah, my daughter's nice out there, and that her back spotter is trash.
Yeah. Why my kid ain't playing?
But this is what
My
I
kid
say.
way better.
I
How come my kid ain't
stay
playing?
in my lane because that's not my lane. All I can do is be a parent.
Mhm.
And I feel like the most effective way that I can help my child is being a parent. That's it.
Let me give you another example. So
Okay.
with my daughter, so I've never ever gotten involved in anything with the coaches in terms of like her playing,
No,
nothing like
yeah.
that. And I never really had to because she's always been so naturally talented, which was the blessing and the curse.
Yep.
Is that she was just able just to get up and go be the best athlete.
You probably didn't have to motivate her, did you?
No, but that was
That's
also
how my
a curse
daughter is.
too.
She's just yeah.
But I told her as she got older, the skill gap closes as you
Yeah.
get older and start
Yeah.
playing higher levels.
Yeah.
And that's why you got to put the work in based on your expectations
You
of
got to
what
do
you
the
want,
stuff
right?
at the gym, not what you.
So like with her, there's a few times like in like when she was doing basketball or whatever and other stuff where it's just kind of like, man, like she's been out for a minute.
Mhm.
Like I wonder why. But I'm just internally thinking that. Like, hey, like what like and so I'll talk with her afterwards, like,
Yep.
hey, like what was the coach's thought behind that?
Mm.
Oh, well, because like if things got a little hairy, then she wanted to put me in to kind of help whatever, because like it was like the point like everybody was playing. It was one of those like everybody plays like soccer and
Participation.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But it's just like, okay, she did play a lot on the front end, so then now she's getting the other kids that really aren't really that competitive on the front end as well.
Mhm.
So then they can justify bringing her in and sitting them out. So then she can come in and kind of clean up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I understand now. And I never had to say anything to the coach. But I've always been very like coach friendly because we don't know like what their thought process is
Right.
and how they're trying to use them.
Mhm.
The goal of a coach is like it should be is you should be putting who you feel as the coach
Mhm.
puts you and the team in the best possible position to win.
Yep.
Okay. Every parent thinks that that's their kid, right?
not.
So that's where the issue lies.
not.
Yeah.
But eye test, like you have to be honest with yourself as a parent.
Mhm.
When you see a certain player that maybe play the same position as your son or your daughter, and you see them, and then you look at your kid, and your kid's not doing any of the stuff that they're doing, but yet out of your mouth you're like, oh, I don't understand why they're not getting opportunities. Like, it's okay for your kid to be average. Like I'm telling you, like it is okay for your kid to be average.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what you said. People living through their kids.
Where
That's
the
the
problem
problem.
lies is when there's this average athlete that's putting in average effort, energy, all
Right.
that stuff, right?
Exactly.
Starts expecting above average playing
Mhm.
time, above average opportunities,
Nope.
above average
Mhm.
results,
Mhm.
right? And so that's where the problem lies.
Yeah.
But that's where the kid has to update the software. Like you have to update the software. I'm very face value. I told my daughter, if you want to be an average volleyball player, just tell me that, Dad. I want to be an average volleyball
Right.
player. So then I'll know.
Yeah,
Right.
So
My
then I'll-
expectations
yeah.
ain't that.
I'll
Yeah.
facilitate average stuff.
Yeah.
Have
Exactly.
average this,
Yeah.
average that.
But if you want to be the best,
This is
what's
what
what's expected. This is what you got to do.
And then, but you have to prepare them too. You can still do all that and
And
it might
still
not
be
even happen.
there. You go.
But so it doesn't guarantee that you'll get it.
Exactly.
But not doing it guarantees that you won't, right?
Not guaranteed.
Yeah.
So I'll
100%.
have those conversations like with the athlete in front of the parents on purpose. So like I pride myself in being a good, judge of character and being able to read people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I do have some parents who are very aggressive and very intense when it
Mhm.
comes to their kids' stuff, and it's affecting their kids here.
Yeah.
So when the parent comes, with them for treatment, whatever it is, I'll intentionally have that conversation with the athlete. Like I'm looking at the athlete, but it's really for the parent because I need them to understand, like you got to chill, man.
Yeah.
Because it's affecting them here. They no longer love the game anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're so intense.
Man.
You're so D1 or bust.
Yep.
Stop that. It's not
Yeah.
D1 or bust. Like, you know how small of a percentage
They
of
don't-
the kids have to go and
See,
play
people don't
full time,
understand.
even at the D3 level.
Yeah.
That's still elite to me.
Yeah.
Like the one, it's just that 1%. It's just people don't understand that, man.
It's a small percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
Like,
like my daughter got a D2 offer. Like she's a Division II athlete.
Hey.
I tell you what's going to piss some
Hey.
people off. There's just if you don't get the D1 offer, you're not D1. If you don't get the offer, you're not D1. If you don't have a D1 offer, you're not D1. Technically,
That's simple.
That part.
That's simple.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think you are, that's great. Like I love that for you.
Yeah.
But like if you don't have the offer, you're not D1. And somebody there was like, oh well, some kids don't have the resources, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But you still don't have the offer.
So pretty much you're saying you can. So pretty much you saying you can love it. That don't mean your love matches your talent.
Yeah. And so like I get kids. I ask every athlete, the Olympians all the way down to high school, even some middle school athletes, like, what is your trajectory in your sport? How far do you want this
How
to
you
go?
want it to go?
I need to know so that I know how far I need to go.
So you basically saying if a kid is 5'3", but his skill set is high, he still might not make the NBA.
He still might not make it. He may.
But right.
But
We-
then,
we
but
being
then that's
realistic.
when it comes down to like who you may know, resources, different things like that.
Right.
They'll find you. They'll
Yeah,
find you.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of like, I ask every athlete, like, where do you want to go? How far do you want this to go? And then they'll tell me, oh man, I want to play post high school. I want to go pro. Great. Now that you've said that, now it starts now. There's a body of work, and some parents can't handle that. Even some players can't handle. I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with kids about that, like falling in love with the process of becoming great. Right?
And
you
that's
have to.
just real quick. That's when I turned pro, when I fell in love with the process.
You gotta fall in love with it. Like
I fell in love with the process because, like he said, I was kind of cheating a little bit. For example, I wasn't measuring my food. I did the eye test. If it says 8 ounces, I gotta have 8 ounces. If it says I gotta do 20 minutes of cardio, I gotta do 20 minutes of cardio.
You don't like
So
you say you don't do
I
cardio.
hate cardio, but I fell in love with every step of it.
Yeah.
And when I fell in love with every step of it, it became easier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like
It became so much easier, but it took a lot of this. It took a lot of failing. It took a lot of
discipline.
it took a lot of
Discipline.
short. It like, man, I know I got the talent, but I wasn't putting forth that effort,
Yeah.
that work like I was supposed to.
Yeah.
Real quick, do you feel chiropractic care is important?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I know
yeah.
I know
Michael
a lot-
Jordan used a chiropractor.
Right, because I got
That's an example.
I know a guy, shout out Ben, he works out at the gym. Ben does excellent work, man. But I realized
Come on, Ben died? Like the
Yeah.
That's who gave me. That's what I was talking about. Peoria Spine and Sports.
Yeah, that's my dude, man.
Yeah.
He used to be a wrestler too.
Yeah, right. He played rugby and everything.
Yeah. He asked me to play right. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
I ain't doing
Yeah.
that. No, we ain't doing that. My bacteria ACL, then I'm mad. But no, Ben is a good dude, man. But that chiropractic stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you thought that.
Yeah, no, I do. But I will make I want to make a point too. Confidence also plays a factor in this too. One thing I always tell my athletes, whatever projections that you have of yourself, the people will follow.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean? So it's like if you can be a 5-star athlete, but if your confidence is off,
It's
and,
2-star.
and
Yeah.
you take the court or the field, whatever you're playing, and your body language is reflecting that, if I'm a high level athlete or a high level coach, I'm going to believe it too.
Yeah.
And so now I'm going to say, okay, go make things more difficult for him or her.
Yeah.
And because if they're already mentally going downhill, let's make it worse. So then now their coach has to take them out. They're no longer effective.
Right.
So I really, really push confidence. You have to know that you're the best, whatever you are out there.
Yeah.
That's not arrogance.
Right.
That's
But
confidence.
Jamar just said though, when he see me in the gym, he thought I was arrogant.
Yeah.
And he
No, I didn't say you. I didn't say you. I said them guys. You know what I'm saying? But so real quick, we're about to
Yeah,
be
we
done with it. Any word of advice or anything that you want to kind of shout out to anything at the end of the
Yeah. So when you mentioned parents, what they need to hear, what athletes need to hear. It's get the egos out of the way,
Mhm.
and do some research and start bringing. It doesn't have to be me, right? Preferably. But it
Like
doesn't
I
have
brought
to be
that
me.
paperwork in to Jamar to show him about the peptides.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
letting him read it, give him some research.
Yeah, like like look, but
Right.
bring people in that can better serve and help your athlete. Then you can. It's okay if you can't do it. I knew I couldn't do that for my daughter. I'm gonna bring somebody in so they can do it.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And like focus on their mental, on their mindset. Like that makes a huge difference.
That's huge.
Ask
man.
the questions, like figure
That's
out,
huge.
listen to them and what they feel that they need. Sometimes they know what they need too, even though they're kids. Sometimes they know.
So
They're the ones out there doing it.
Yeah. Okay. So last thing, shout out where you at again, and how to get in
I'm
contact
in
with you.
Peoria, Illinois, here in Peoria. I'm inside of U Fitness, the old Landmark Health Club. So come check me out. You can go to www.circadianhealth.org. You can
got Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, same thing. Circadian Health and Performance on Facebook.
Okay.
Instagram at Circadian Health and Performance.
Okay.
I keep it really easy.
Yeah.
TikTok at Circadian Health and Performance. So
okay.
go on there, hit follow, look at my content, and let's have the conversation.
All right, man. That's it. Well, y'all, appreciate y'all for listening. This has been a great episode, and please keep liking, subscribing, and commenting. Thank y'all.